I'm embarrassed. Like, I think we should all honestly be embarrassed. But um, Ron and Jack specifically, like, look at me, like, get real close. Um, do better. Y'all get paid a lot of money to prepare and make adjustments, and to this point, y'all have failed to do so quite often. All right, people have fans have come back. We spent this money. We need y'all to do better. We gonna touch on it. We gonna get to it, but please be better. Good.
Defense. There is no defense. There's none. We're giving up 30 points a game the last 3 games. What is that? There is no defense. I don't want to hear about Chase Young. I don't want to hear about Manuel Forbes. I don't want to hear about those awesome first round picks we got on defensive line. Straight garbage. That's French for garbage.
Chase Young is a 3rd-round pick. Jonathan Allen is a late 20s pick, 1st round still. Deron Payne is an early 2nd-round pick. Montez Sweat, they traded back in, got him at pick 32. That's where our D-line is. None of them is true 1st-round picks. Matter of fact, we have no impact players. We have no players that disrupt anything.
None. Whole off season, we back up. Nah, not bad. We in the mud too. It's 80% chance of rain. Matter of fact, 100% of rain. Can't even get to the car. Down bad, disgusted. We got more tonight. Just letting y'all know. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Owning a Huddle podcast. In today's episode, after that debacle we saw on Thursday night, should Washington tank already in week 5, or we continue to fight? We in the game discussed as we own the huddle.
I know it looks like Ceelo is at a hotel, but he disappeared. I don't know exactly where he is. But Breeze, what's good, man?
What's good?
There you go.
Is he back? Is he still
He
frozen?
trying to slide around the camera. Welcome back to Owning the Huddle podcast. Brother Deuce is here. He's here to defend his O-line. I'm getting sick and tired of you dudes and this fan base talking about my O-line. We gonna handle this today.
Man said tell CJ to drop it.
No, y'all not fixing that, bro. Y'all not fixing that.
Nah, it's over. You already put it out there, DT.
I put Troy Apke because he ain't doing that. He ain't getting on the field. He ain't getting on defense at all.
See, that's the problem. You drinking that South Evil.
Seriously, he's gonna make the team, and he's gonna be up back or something.
Up back is crazy. He's not making the team.
What is
Listen, if he makes this team as it's up, you know what? Nope.
All the fans leaving again.
They love trap.
Welcome back. Welcome back to On the Huddle podcast. I am Deuce. We got DT. We got Breeze. We got Ceelo in the building. Fellas, tank or fight. It's been a whole lot of talk about tanking for whoever you want to get in next year's draft. Some fans still want to fight. I mean, we played 5 games. We 2-3. But the question is, are we really 0-5? What you think, Ceelo?
We really 0-5. Listen, we were supposed to blow out the Cardinals. That was a struggle. Broncos, that was a struggle. And then we got rolled the next three. So yeah, I mean, we 2-3, we earned it, but it's bad, bro. It's not looking good, bro. Like 40 points. I'm gonna say it again. 40 points at home. And you had the Bears come into your crib and drop 20. Was it 21 before? No. Hold on. Was it 27 before
27.
halftime?
27 and a half.
27 in 30 minutes of football. Think about that for a second, bro. Think about that for a second.
Nope.
And all that hype. Oh, it's nasty, right? So yeah, we probably should be 0-5, but we're 2-3. I'm gonna take the 2 wins, but 40 points.
Ceelo, see, look, here I go, right? Like, this is where we are right now. Messing everybody. Breeze, what you got the hoodie for? I mean, I know it's hoodie season, but I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, hold on to it. It might disappear.
I just had.
Nah, he got that black hoodie because he was part of Blackout game. We should
Might disappear.
He's still at the game. The game actually did happen, Breeze. Like, it's not this week. Like,
we need you out there. Go out there dropping football.
At this point, that can't be no worse.
that's nasty.
What was the question? I don't even know what the question.
You know what I'm saying? This is where we at, man.
Oh man.
I mean, yeah, like, so, like, all right. Like, Ceelo, like, we won 2 games, right? We can't take that away. We won those games, but have we really been playing like a 2-3 team? Like, I don't even know what that really means, but I know sometimes when I look at this game, we've had plenty 0-5 type quarters, and we had a few of those this past Thursday. So are we a team sitting at 2-3, only 5 games, still in the hunt, still early? Like, do we still push and fight, or do we start looking to tank?
I mean, I think at 2-3, you 2-3 is what it is. It's slightly below average, with a lot of mediocrity, and I think that's what we've seen so far. Below average performances across the board from the majority of players on the roster, most definitely from the coaches, from the majority of the coaching staff. And mediocrity continues. But it's only 5 games though. I'm not gonna sit here and say tank. What up, Glenn? I'm not gonna sit here and say we need to tank after 5 games. We still got 12 left to play. But things need to start changing very fast, very quick. What up, Auntie? You can't continue if we continue on the trajectory that we've currently set for ourselves. It's going to be a very ugly season, and it's going to get real bad real quick.
Yeah. What's up, Riri? What's up, C?
What up, CJ? What up, Riri?
Steve is crazy.
Wow.
DT, man, how you feeling, man?
Like I said in the opening, man, I'm numb. Everything is just a microcosm of what we have seen 4 years here. There's somebody who had a tweet after the game, maybe days afterwards, and it sums up this regime very, very perfect. Talented enough to beat anyone, but undisciplined enough to lose them.
To lose to everybody. Yep.
Perfect 500 team. And I do understand, and I was concerned slightly that they went on the road. They played Philadelphia. They had a hard physical game against an NFC rival, an NFC champion, defending NFC champion, and they took them to overtime. And I was worried a little bit about the coming back to getting themselves acclimated to game day rep and practice But still, at the end of the day, man, this has just been what this team has been pretty much. And the slow starts are just constant. A slow starting team, they don't realize that they're in a coma until the second half. I mean, it's ridiculous that we're starting this slow. You're down 27-3. And look, Lord knows I'm an Ohio State fan, die hard. I love Justin, but I was going to give him some heat this year. He wasn't playing good. Played good last Sunday before he played us. And then next thing you know, we making him look like Randall Cunningham out there throwing deep balls. Like, no pressure at all. No pressure at all. All they ran was hitches. He didn't even throw over the middle. He didn't throw over the middle.
Not one time.
Oh,
he threw in between the hashes one time. Barely in between the numbers. And that's
I
sad.
did say this was gonna happen though. And all of y'all told me I was crazy.
Yeah.
I told y'all the exact thing was gonna happen. It don't make it hurt no less, because I was praying that I was gonna be wrong. But I did predict that this was gonna happen, at least as it pertains to Thursday.
So you decided to wear that. Maybe you shouldn't have wore the other outfit Thursday and should have wore the one you got on.
Hey, don't wait for the. Oh, it's my fault. That's crazy. Crazy.
The way we can't afford to beat teams like Arizona, Denver, Chicago, but what we seen the last 3 games, nah, man, we couldn't. I don't know, man.
I mean, but you can't say the last 3 games, but they took the Eagles to the brink. Like, you know. Yeah, no. I'm referencing the last 3 games. The middle part of the last 3 games.
Stick the context, DT.
Like the last 3 games.
All 5 games.
Well,
all 5 games, the defense has just been so disappointing.
I mean,
we know Ron's teams don't give up. We could lose the next 4 games, then rip off a win streak.
8-1.
I hope not.
Tanking is gutless to me. Unprofessional fights to the end line where you land. Yeah, man, I agree. Like I'm not with the whole tanking thing. I don't think players and coaches is with tanking also, but front offices definitely do tank. You know what I'm saying? Like we lose a couple more games. John Allen got that plantar fasciitis, whatever it's called. They were like, yeah, you know what? It's a little worse than what we thought. We're gonna put him on IR a few games.
Josh Harris, like, I think we're gonna need Terry to take a few weeks off.
Yeah, it's gonna get bad.
Put up that toe.
Rest that toe up.
All types of crazy stuff, man. Hey, Miss Jan Hood. Hey, Kim. We gotta get DT ammo to fight these kids, figuratively speaking, of course. I hope it's figuratively.
Man, look, work has been nasty, bro. Work has been nasty. I was
God, Cunningham. We tied the game with Philly. You got to get 2-1 versus you 3-1. Worse, you 2-2. Still finding it wrong. Yeah, man. Like we talked about that calculated because that boy Sam Howell gutted out that drive, man. Like 3rd and 15, broke like 3 tackles, gutted it out. Got it within 2. Offense clicking. We got him on their heels. Or is he talking? Which one is he talking about? Oh, he's talking about the 2-point.
I think he was talking about the Philly.
Oh, against Philly. Matter of fact, that's 2 weeks in a row then. Because that 2-point conversion, like the same thing. He gutted it out, he get him down there, he score, go for the 2-point conversion. And in this past game, he get him down there. 4th and 2, he just broke like 3 tackles, gutted out 2, you know what I'm saying? And he kick a field goal. Like you gotta take chances and go for it at that point.
Bro, our special teams is awful.
Yeah, but hindsight is 20/20 though. Like we all said last week, like either there was no winning. Like the only way that he would have won in that moment was to go for 2 and win. If they go for 2 and lose, and he should have took the points and took it overtime. If they, you know what I mean? Like like I said last week, I'm cool with either side of that coin. It played out how it played out. They took the PAT and they got the ball back first in overtime. You know what I mean?
Yeah, went 3 and out. Regardless how you feel about the Terry catch or not, you know what I'm saying? They still went 3 and out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But you can see both sides. Like when it happened, I was cool with it. Like I was like, go for it. He did. I was like, all right, cool, whatever. We'll go to overtime.
Yeah.
So
Meanwhile, you let Trust play for 29 yards last game, so that hurt too.
But then he wanted to come last week and kick like a 60-yarder on the line, no air. And the dude brought it back.
Hey guys, I'm back. I can kick again. Yeah, that what he said. I can kick again. Yeah, I need to do something.
All right. Tanking or fighting? I don't really want to go back to the Bears game, to be honest. Let's talk about Brian Robinson. How we feeling like Brian? Like I always thought that Brian Robinson, he showed a lot of traits that he could catch the ball out of the backfield last year. Actually, one of his biggest ones last year was against Atlanta, right? So, but he has taken on like running option routes, running swing routes, doing different types of routes out the backfield now. Are you all looking at him like as a complete back now? Like he's not going to take it 70 yards like A-Chain or any of those guys, but and I know Ceelo, you kind of had questions about him fitting this offense, man, as though they, passing offense. How you feeling about him now?
I like B-Rob as far as like as a player. I think he's a baller. I think he has a lot more. He has a lot more lateral quickness than I thought he did. And he's able to obviously hit the holes. He's still a tough runner. That's his game is north south, but he has a little bit more quickness than I thought. Than I thought he did. And he got some hands too. So I like B-Rob. He's not the problem on this offense. I mean, on this offense or on his team. But they just don't run the ball. So it's hard to really, fault B-Rob or AG or anyone right now. It's just we just don't run the ball. So I am cool with where he's at and what he's doing. I don't know what it is right now, but he's probably under 4 yards to carry, maybe right around there. But it just feels like he's still not used the way you would like to see him be used, just because of the quantity or volume of running that we do. We just don't do that stuff too much. 55 wasn't at some point 55 or 51 straight plays without a called run.
Yep.
And that's like a PFF record. Like
Yep.
we are not a running team. Matter of fact, we're not a balanced team. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Ceelo took the words right out of my mouth, bro. Like, B-Rob isn't the issue. I'm cool. He's shown that he can contribute in multiple ways on this offense, but they just don't use him. I mean, he's like Ceelo said, he's not going to be he's not a home run hitter. You're not going to expect B-Rob to break
Look
his
at
70.
this. As soon as I pull up Bleacher Report to try to find something, look at this.
I'm not.
Look at this.
Atlanta.
Yeah,
Bijan.
B-Rob not a home run hitter. Like, he's not really a threat to break 170, 80 yards at any given time, but he can move the foot. He can move the chains. He can get first down. He can pick up yardage if they block it for him. We've seen that outside zone play where they blow the gaps up every time and hit him in the backfield. But, I mean, they just don't run the football. I don't understand. Like, he'll have 2-3 good runs, and then, okay, cool. Now that we got that out of the way, let's throw it all day. Like, they just don't run the ball, especially with Brian Robinson. Like, I think what he had, like 6-7 carries or something like that. Like, some crazy number. Like, that's ridiculous.
I think he had 6 carries.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, was the game? So, like, DC, before you go, like, was the game? Has the game got away from us enough to justify not running the football?
And the last game, a little bit.
I mean, that was for DT, but he take long pauses though.
My fault, DT.
Pregnant.
I thought that was for everybody. That sounds like a general question for the classroom, brother.
Yeah, my bad, DT. I ain't mean to take that from you. Go ahead, brother.
So, here's my thing. The game Thursday, I think the game got away with us a little bit from running the ball, but once I felt like it was about 30 to 20-ish, I felt like they could have mixed in some runs here and there to keep the defense off balance a little bit. But overall, with Brian Robinson, he's really have been a little bit of the consistent thing with the offense when he's had his opportunities. We do know that this is pretty much a 65% passing and 35% rushing offense. And the high volume of carries taken by the running backs, they're pretty high with the yards per carry this year. Once again, like we said, he doesn't have that breakaway speed, and that's okay. Maybe somewhere down the line, maybe next year we can add someone to that has that to give us that duo that we actually like. Because I don't see Gibson coming back here, but B-Rob has been he's been good this season, man. I love what I've seen from B-Rob. We just need to use him more. We just need
67 carries, 271 yards, 3 TDs. He's averaging 4 yards a carry.
So I just to add to that, I wouldn't have a problem agreeing with the fact that the game had gotten a little out of hand if this wasn't like his basically consistent usage throughout the season though. Like they haven't run the ball heavily at any point this year.
That's true.
So like, wow, yeah, 27-3. Okay, we got to throw the ball to make it up at this point. But like, even in the games that were close, they weren't running the ball.
Yeah, like the first 3 games, we talked about that a lot. The first 3 games is getting away from the run when we literally didn't have to.
Right.
So, but that's just maybe how offense is. Like we just need it. Okay, Telly, yep, Bijan is up. Like Telly was the president of the Bijan movement. I think for even this team and the local media, man, it's sad they didn't give him his credit like he should have, but he was definitely on the Bijan train. Introduced a lot of us to Bijan, and Bijan been cooking, man. Like they put that guy all over the field. But speaking of Atlanta, thank you, Desmond Ridder. Thank you, Desmond Ridder, for putting up that performance today. Thank you, man. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Because I did not want to hear number 4 talk all this week because it was definitely coming if Desmond Ridder stunk up the trade. Oh, man. Seeing South is the only thing we'll be excited about on Sunday going to the game in Atlanta. For sure. I can't even drink like every time, bro. I don't know if it's a female or a male, but every time they come, they say Alex Smith is right about Rivera in the franchise.
Did he say this
every time? Yeah, every time he come in, he say Alex Smith was right.
You a spammer, man. You got that joint saved.
Copy paste. Copy paste. Yes, y'all, like I said earlier, man, please hit that like button for us, that thumbs up, man. We definitely appreciate get that algorithm working a little bit. Seems to me that B-Rock can put it in the same bucket as CEH for the Chiefs. That's Clyde Edwards-Helaire. In the system can be productive, but the system phases out.
Yeah, but the Chiefs still ran the ball with Pacheco and other people. We aren't running the ball at all. Like, we aren't running the ball with anybody.
And I'll just say this. I don't think, it is my opinion, we were down, tough in the first half, but because of the timing of when we were down, I don't think we were down so much where you couldn't run the football. I still don't. Like, I think, there is no 21-point plays or 27-point plays. You just keep running the rock. And at some point, we need to probably run a little bit more anyway because we kept going 3 and out. So it just felt like it was unnecessary. Yeah, we should have been running the ball a little bit more. Yeah, I mean that goes without saying. But EB is not a runner. The former running back offensive coordinator is not a runner.
Breeze, I want to know if that's a real mustache.
I don't know. Is it something? Yeah.
Wow.
What?
They all have stashes. What is happening here? Like, we supposed to have a zero face?
They
walk around with a zero face, man.
Hey, Kim been on it today.
Hey, no, Kim, look, Kim has been on it for the last 3 weeks, bro. Like, man,
Yeah,
Kim
been
been
on it.
cooking the last 3 weeks, bro. Like she been in the box real tough
She ain't
the
messing with
last
y'all.
3 weeks, man. Anyway, all spaces. She in everybody's spaces giving the business, man.
Yep.
Yeah, man. Like I don't think we were so like 55 straight times, 55 straight dropbacks is insane. 55 straight dropbacks is insane, especially when you have an offensive line like this. You know what I'm saying? Like that's you look at this, you be like, ain't no way. Like if we went into that game, say he's gonna throw the ball like 60 plus times, like nah, ain't no way he gonna throw the ball that many times.
So
No
Deuce,
way.
I'm gonna ask you this now. It's been 5 weeks. You know, you're defending your offensive line. Are you going to defend your offensive line? Are you going to defend your offensive line? Or are you going to criticize EB?
So look, my whole thing about the offensive line all season was what? It's not about them individually. It's about them as a unit. And if EB can scheme them up to hide their deficiencies, that's what it's been like all year, right? And then when we talk about sacks and we talk about like moving the football, making it more simple, what EB can do to minimize those things, Sam Howell holding the ball, all those different types of things come into effect, right? So, but this O line, like has he done it? Yes, like he's done a lot of short stuff. When he does the short stuff, when he moves a pocket, the O line is not susceptible to themselves in a sense, right? So look, he had what? How many passing yards he had? Like over 400 passing yards or something like that, or whatever the case may be. And how many interceptions he had? One interception and 5 sacks? Was it like 5 sacks or whatever? Like those throws and those passes he's making, like he's not making those like on a run or on a move. He's making those from the pocket. So when you look at that from the pocket, he has to have some sort of pass protection. It is not all the time, no. That's just what it is. But like I said, man, this O-line is not like it's not good. But it's up to EB and Sam Howell if they're going to hide their deficiencies. That's been my point the whole time. But whenever they get sacks or whenever we got high sack numbers, the first thing somebody say is, "Oh, the offensive line sucks." Until the tape.
So I don't know. You heard the other part of my question. Do you blame EB for dropping back 55 times because Charles Leno comes out and sounds very concerned for his quarterback and very surprised that it was 55 straight dropbacks? And in a sense, I feel like I don't know how y'all feel about that. Do y'all feel like that's like a shot a little bit at EB for throwing it 55 times?
It's been a shot at, like, I don't know how many after that last interception. I guess they were still passing the football. I don't know. By this time, the stadium was on my back. So, like, that's a shot, man. Right? Like, that's a shot. I mean, these guys, like Terry, John Allen, they all taking little shots, and they all shooting blame in different places. And this is how you lose a locker room. But Leno is always the one to kind of speak up and says things like this. But bro, look, you just need to chill off to the side. Like you just need to chill off to the side because like your PFF rank is in the high 70s is because you getting chip helped every play. So let's not pretend like you out there locking up one-on-ones because you're not. Tell you the run blocking is terrible. We don't have good run blocking. What y'all think?
Especially
scale 1 to 10.
Especially when they go outside zone. I can't put a number on it, but when they go, like I said, it's the specific outside zone play that they run. I don't think has gotten a negative gain all season, regardless of who has held the ball. Like,
has a positive game or a negative game?
They hasn't gotten a positive gain all season.
Yeah, positive game. Yeah, that joint too. Well, they didn't run it against the Bears though. That you talking about like the zone outside stretch zone to the right? Yeah. I don't know. What you think, Ceelo?
You know what's frustrating also is the short yardage game, and whatever they do, whether it's a QB sneak, whether it's giving it to B. I mean, Nick Gates got blown up, like legitimately blown up on a 3rd and 1. That was
That
one of
was
our first.
crazy.
I think that was our first third down play. And that's the play I wanted him to run. Give it to B-Rob, and boom, he gets blown up. So it's something about the O-line and both pass, whatever pass run that's just not there, bro. And I don't understand it. And most offensive linemen, they want to move forward. They want to run the ball. And these guys, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. What up, Chuck?
What's up, Chuck? Go ahead, DT.
I don't know. I might be kind of different. I think the running game has actually been kind of solid, unless from the first couple, like the first half, they getting blown out the water by a Bears D line that only had 2 sacks and like 4 tackles for loss through the whole season. That's where I think I have a problem with the run game. But like we said, we don't run the ball consistently enough. Like B-Rob has not hit 20 carries a game yet. His most has been like 19, and that was the first game. But the most efficient was against the Bills, and we let Howell fight himself for the Wolves and stuff for that game. I think it has been a mixed bag in terms of individualized. If we talk about individuals, like some of the techniques stuff could be better, but I think the run game, line blocking wise, has been pretty solid. We just haven't really seen enough. Pass blocking though?
Yeah, I don't.
I don't know about that.
Especially to go back 60 times, like that's insane. But I mean, he went back. How many sacks did he have Sunday? Like during the second half. You know what I mean? He had in the second half, like doing that 55 passes.
Not at all.
I don't remember.
How in the second half? Alex Smith was 75 to start of the race. I don't know, Dream, man. I think you
might be Alex Smith account, bro.
Yeah. I think that may be Alex Smith because
11-5.
Only good buffer understand true. Let's go all use the pass. Another one. We so long over the bad line. Yeah, man. Yeah. The last person to talk, Leno. He last person to talk. Same around in Spanish. Hey, I gotta read your stuff now. I gotta read your stuff now. You messing up my algorithm. You messing up my algorithm. I just want to know what the heck Jacoby be bugging EB about.
What is that? What was that about? Everybody was talking about
him run the ball. So EB, you gotta run the ball, bro. I got it. Chill out. We ain't doing nothing. I got it.
Was he really on that EB on the sideline?
He be fussing with him, bro, on the side.
Was he really?
Really?
Yes.
Yes. You can't see that kind of stuff when you're in the stadium.
Yeah, you can't see
when you're in the stadium, you don't see it. But when you're in the TV broadcast, he's literally fussing with him. And they don't show Jacoby like the whole full image of him. He's like in that corner, like you see how my hand is.
His left arm in the corner of his jersey.
Yeah, and Evie just like pushing him like this. But look, maybe he's not fussing with him. Maybe he getting too close to him. Maybe he needs some space. Maybe Jacoby's like getting too close to him.
Nah, it ain't. He ain't telling him back up. He I know back up is like that's that.
I'm like, probably
I got it. Chill out.
All right.
That's really what he probably said.
I'm telling you, coach, you gotta run the ball, man. You gotta run the ball, coach. So we ran the ball 6 times already. How much more you want to run it?
That's hilarious, man. All right, Bernardo. So, like, do we continue to fight or do we tank? Like, everybody in the chat, let me know. Like, do you want to still fight for the season, get to the playoffs, try to get a playoff win, or do you just want to blow it all up? Go ahead. We start with you, Breeze.
I think in week 5 it's still too early to have, unless you're 0-5. I think it's still too early to have them conversations and talk about tanking. Like, there's still, I know it's not going to happen, but like theoretically, they could go 7-5 over the next 12 games and what does that make them? Did that make them 8-8, right? Or 9-7? Whatever. I don't know what the record is.
I
But
mean,
like,
DC the teacher.
yeah, DC the math man. But like they can have a winning record over the next 12 games and you know what I'm saying, be a be a wild card or a playoff team. Like there's still a lot of they played a quarter of the season, essentially. Like there's a lot of football left to play. Now, if we still having this conversation in week 10, 11, 12, that's a different then we can have that conversation. All right, cool, let's blow it up. Let's you know what I mean? But I think 5 weeks into the season is way too early to be having them conversations when you talk about giving up and tanking and stuff. But they got to fix it fast because if they don't if they go to Philly and what is it, New York the next 2 games.
So Philly is here.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. They go to Atlanta and New York the next 2 games. Yeah, Atlanta and New York the next 2 games. That's and look like they've looked the last 2 weeks, or Thursday and against Buffalo. That Philly game is gonna get ugly. Like
it's gonna be real
bad.
green. I tell you that.
It's gonna be bad.
So those of y'all not going to the game, don't add me, don't DM, don't ask nobody. Like with the crowd looking like it's gonna be green. So just get it out your system now. Y'all want to go to playoffs too, Ken. What you think, Ceelo? Fight. Here we go.
This is why I've been telling y'all, man. This is why this is kind of what I think we all been kind of speculating in the background that Josh Harrison crew probably got a guy that wants to take over from a general manager's position at some point. And here's why I think they're not going to tank, because I just think that who's going to tell them to tank? The GM is your head coach right now. So he doesn't know how to separate current situation. Remember, we benched Dwayne Haskins to go end up being 7-9 to win the division and barely, we lost to the eventual Super Bowl champs. We weren't going to win anything, right? But it was nice. It was a nice run. Like, I don't see Ron Rivera ever, like GM Ron, like team president Ron, ever saying, hey, guys, let's go ahead and fall back. Hey, Jonathan Allen, let's go. You sit down because you got playing for shadows. Hey, Terry, you sit down because you got all kinds of issues. We just going to go with that young bucks and see what happens. I do not see that happening because Ron is coaching for his job. And also Ron just ain't a tanking kind of dude. And he happens to be the president. So I think they're going to keep fighting, even if it means, to someone's earliest point, 8-1. He will end up being 8-1. He don't care about undrafted positions because he ain't gonna be here. So I just don't see. So I don't see the tanking thing happening. Do I want it to happen? I wouldn't mind seeing them be positioned to do, some things in the draft. But that's just me being like a just in terms of team building. I just think draft capital is literally the most important thing you can have. It's not salary cap space. It's draft capital. So that's where I'm coming from. But it ain't gonna happen.
Tally.
So they can fight. They're not gonna fire. They're not gonna fire Rob.
Oh man,
right,
go ahead,
man.
DC.
Let me get up here and cook, bro. Let me cook. Because we're sitting here in 2023.
DT in the kitchen.
All this more victory and all this. Oh my God, you're such a great coach. I ain't got time for all that, bro. Look, let's look at your draft classes. Outside of Chase Young, okay, I understand drafting Chase Young number 2 overall. At the time, he was one of the best players. You wanted Joe Burrow, he went number 1. That's cool. Chase Young had a rookie year. Had injuries past couple years. That's cool. Now we're looking at the quarterback position, and of course we do have Sam Howell and stuff like that. But now you look at the other spots on this team. You've been overdrafting players that had better players at that position of need, and now you're struggling like with Emmanuel Forbes. Like, okay, I get it. Emmanuel Forbes, he's a rookie. So far, he has struggled this year. And you look at Christian Gonzalez, he's looked good. And I haven't even heard a lot of bad things about Deontay Banks, the guy that I liked in the draft. So that's stuff that's come back to haunt you. You're not allocating enough for the offensive line. You keep patchworking. The only person that I understood in terms of what happened to them was Chase Roulier, because he has had 2 major injuries so far. Brandon Sheriff, he walked away. We knew he wasn't coming back. Trent Williams thing, that's still fishy to this day. It is what it is at this point. But you literally makeshift this whole entire offensive line to a bunch of guys that we barely know anything. Sam Cosby, a 2nd-round pick. He can barely stay on the field. He stayed on the field this year, but he'll still get hurt. Sadiq Charles, he's been okay. Nick Gates, he's been okay. Wiley, he shouldn't be here. I don't care who came from Kansas City. Charles Leno, he's been solid, but time is clicking on him too, and we can address his offensive line. There's a lot of things about this team, man, that I've been having a problem with since we got Ron, Jab Del Rio. Okay, look, I made jokes last year with the woke Del Rio and stuff like that, top 10 defense stuff. But the reality of the situation is Jab Del Rio has been a very inconsistent defensive coordinator. For the years, he's always had a top 10 defense. Then the next year, they dropped the 22nd, 23rd, or something like that. And we're literally living in his cycle right now. Went from top 3 defense to a, 29th? We're 29th or something this year? The first 5 games? All this
33? So he was like 33.
33.
He might be XFL. Way we play. Shut. But man, look, I'm just, and then with the whole EB thing, like there has been a change. I love EB, but so far I can't warrant him really a thing to say that he should stay or even be the head coach, because the offense has been kind of up and down too as well. And maybe it's because we don't have enough good pieces around what he needs to do, maybe offensive line wise, and maybe the quarterback, he's not there where we want him to be, where he can throw with anticipation and throw on timing and things of that nature. So it's a lot of things, man. I don't think this team's going to tank, because Ron is not going to let them tank. Mm-hmm. Obviously, the fan base would like to be in position to get better players at better spots, unlike Ron would do. So we're just going to have to ride this wave, man. And I agree with Ceelo. Magic got something cooking. He ain't gonna just tweet out that stuff when discussed for no reason. He's watching the game, and you got your boy Josh Harris. He's like, yeah, this game is fun, man. This game is wonderful. It's absolutely
I love football. Magic Johnson in the booth in the suite. I was so mad as a mud texting Josh Harris' assistant. Look, call me as soon as he wake up, because I know he had like 25 missed calls from Magic Johnson because he was drunk, sleep. Oh man, Glenn said, "Long live the street killers. We ended the Bears losing streak. Another win off the field." Yep, that's half glass full.
Hey, it's so many layers to that question, though, bro. Like,
yeah,
as far as tanking or fight, because like we all agree, it doesn't benefit anybody that doesn't wear shoulder pads in that building to tank. Because if they tank, everybody probably on fire anyway. You got EB that's trying to make the statement of I should be a head coach. I want to be a head coach. I'm deserving of being a head coach. And to be honest with you, it's kind of hurting his resume a little bit with just throwing the ball 85% of the time. You got a bunch of players fighting for jobs. Fans don't know what in the world they want, because for all the people who say let's tank and blow it up, they can't handle one loss. You think they're finna sit here for the next 13 weeks and watch this team lose on purpose? They couldn't handle losing. Now, granted, it was ugly, but people couldn't handle losing to the Bills when we were 2-0 going into the game. You think they finna sit here? It was a super ugly loss, but you think they finna sit here for the next 13 weeks and watch them get beat up and down the field? Oh man, listen. To maybe get a specific player. All right.
So I think that the reason why that question is difficult too, Breeze, is it's the way we're losing, right? So it's like,
yeah,
if like we're losing because of defense, and nobody saw that coming. So it wasn't like you can say, okay, Sam
One
Howell,
person
he's
gonna
turning the ball over a lot. EB is, he's over his head, whatever. We're literally losing because of the defense. And the defense, we poured all of our resources in. So if you tank, what are you taking for? You see what I'm saying? It's like, what are we trying to get? Because if you ask any all of the analysts before the season start, watch out for Washington. They got a strong defense.
Top 5 defense.
EB is going to have his own thing cooking. I don't know about Sam Howell, but trending up. Everyone saw us being competitive, and to see the opposite is crazy. Like, I don't think fans know what they want, to be honest with you.
Yeah, they don't. And that's not to be disrespectful. We trade JD off of picks. What picks you think we finna get? we might get a compensatory draft pick.
Get a ham sandwich.
Yeah, what picks you think? Yeah, listen, this is the problem. That's a bigger problem. Is that's a whole nother conversation. But the whatever. I'm not even gonna open that can of worms right now. But yeah, bro. I agree with you though. Like I said this Thursday night. I'm okay with is the wrong word, but just go with me. I'm okay with losing certain games. I'm fine with it. Like, the Eagles were a better team than us. The Bills were a better team than us. It is what we should have beat the Bears. Neither here nor there. But it's the way that they've lost. The Eagles game was a tough game, a good game. I feel like we could have won. So losing that, the way we lost was because, damn, we could have beat that team. But like the Bills, okay, that's a team that most people thought should be competing for a Super Bowl, right? It was ugly, but we're not supposed to. Most people didn't think we were going to win that game. You know what I mean? But like the way that they lose, we're going out looking unprepared, not making adjustments, being completely unbalanced. You got star players who want to contribute that haven't been, being included in the offense. Defensive players that we expect to be dominant, not getting dominated. Like, you know what I mean? Those are the things that make the losing more difficult and more annoying, for sure.
I always liked DJ Moore. Always liked him, bro. I never expected him to go for 230. He should have had 300 because he wasn't out of bounds. 230, bro. That's college numbers. That's Alabama versus UAB.
They just put that man in the MVP conversation,
bro.
So, like, what'd you say, DT?
I was reading when it said defense has been down bad 4 years. And then another thing is like this. So is it the coaching or is it the players? I would have to say both.
I think it's more so on the construction of the defense and then the scheme of the defense. There's talent all across the defense, but I've been on board with this for a while now. Just the way the defense is constructed is not conducive to consistently good NFL play. You're way too reliant on 4 people to dominate. If they can't win up front, everybody else on the back end is getting beat, and that's what's been happening a lot of times.
Del Rio has to look at these guys like, look, they're not as good as you think. Like, if it wasn't for this talent, we wouldn't have been top. We wouldn't have been ranked 4 last year. That's how I look at it. And like, if you put in, like, if we don't have, let's say we just have like some regular Joes in or whatever, they might be putting 70 on us a week. Like, it's the talent prevent us from just getting like completely blown out. You know what I'm saying? But the coaching is definitely, to me, has a bigger percentage of the faults of the defense, right? Because if they're not winning, that's the issue with them being one-on-one. Now, as a coach, you have to realize they're not winning. So how do I help them? How do I put them in better positions to succeed? Like, we cannot just keep relying on for someone to give us something that they're not giving us consistently. Like, that's where the problem is for me.
Yeah.
And to that, let's also talk about this, because this was a whole conversation last year. First couple games of 2022, Cam Curl missed the first couple of weeks, and Chase Young did not come back until the 49ers game. Cam Curl was out, we gave up 30 points a game.
Mm-hmm.
That was literally what we were all saying last year. And when the defense was playing good without Chase when Cam Curl get back. Now, maybe outside of Phidarian Mathis not being there, Obata, two key rotational guys, and John Allen has that plantar fasciitis, whatever that thing is called.
Fasciitis.
Everybody's on the field. So what is the problem?
We can't even honestly count Mathis as being missed with injury. Like he's played all of a series as a regular season NFL football. We can't even really count Mathis as being missed. We legitimately nobody knows what Phidarian Mathis is as an NFL player. Respectfully.
But according to Ron, we're so deep. We don't need him to come back anytime soon. Take his time. So I just think my opinion, two things. One, I think we've constructed this team incorrectly. It's 2023. Why are we pouring all these resources into this defense? You can't stop offenses the way that you used to back in the 90s, in the early 2000s, in my opinion. I think there has to be much more balance. We've kicked the can down the road on offensive side of the ball, in my opinion. And then the picks we did make, they're not turned out to be so great. It's not necessarily their fault. It's just circumstances. Like Philadelphia, like Mathis, like Chase. Injuries happen, so I kind of understand. I can't. Unfortunately, I can't count that. But the fact that we poured so many resources into this defense, and it's almost like you have to dominate. Like if you're gonna do that, you better come out killing it, because you've just proven that you feel like the defense is your bell cow, and to come out the way that they've come out, and so the 4 years they've been here, two top 10 seasons, one bottom 25 season or 20 season, and now here we are so far, and it doesn't feel like we ever really dominate. We're good, like we're sound technically. I don't feel like we're like I don't feel like the 49ers. I don't feel like the Bills. I don't feel like the Eagles when they're like rolling. I don't feel like that's our team. But those teams that I just mentioned all have what? An offense. So that's the thing. Like we're kind of in a weird place, because now we have a little bit of an offense, but the defense is losing it for us. So we can't even see what we have as a team right now. And that's the weird thing about it, right? Because up until this point, everyone was saying, wait for us to have a little bit of an offense. We can play with a lead. Let's let the defense cook. Well, we had a lead almost half of the freaking Eagles game, and they just gave it up, and it was no cooking, right? So I don't know what. I'm really lost about the defense. It's not just like one thing. I think it's both coaching, scheme. I think it's players. I think the players ain't as good as they think they are, and I think the coaching is definitely doing something off. So.
Yeah, man, it's like when you got this team and you look at all these first round picks, and I continue to ask the question: at what point do we remove the draft grade and replace it with production? Like these guys is not winning. No, they're not going to win every rep. But you have 4 guys that you say has elite talent. Somebody should be winning every rep. Like the Cowboys and the 49ers has like 2 or 3 D linemen in the top 10 of like the best rushers in the league. Like that's crazy to me when it talks about impact plays. Both of those teams have 2 or 3 players. Yeah, even the backup player. Like, where are our guys when we talk about impact players and impact plays? Because like you could keep talking about pressures. Oh, they have pressures. They had sack. Like, I don't even remember this. Like Chase Young got what, 3 sacks, 3 games? I don't even really remember. You know what I'm saying? Like all these pressures. I don't remember the pressures. They don't impact the game. And I try to get that off and just think about the Seattle game against the Giants last Monday night. About Devin Witherspoon, right? He was all over the field. His he had impact all over the field. And when do we have that consistently from what player? I just have not seen it, and I do not see it. I just don't.
Yeah. We have guys who have moments, but we don't have anybody that's consistently just Like, yeah.
Yeah, they
Always-
Facebook they Facebook memories. Let me see.
I always
Search.
say if you have to explain if you have to justify your defense using advanced stats, they ain't that good.
Yeah.
Oh, we lead the league in pass rush run rate, or we lead the league in almost getting on. Nah, bro. You need to I don't need the stats to tell me that the 49ers have a dominant defense. I don't need any stats. They just are. You gotta account for like 4 or 5 different dudes. Chase and Montez they're not getting double teamed. So I expect them to win.
Right.
It's just that's how I look at it. It's very black and white for me. Like them dudes should be killing it, but they're not right now. So it's tough, man. It's tough. I don't know. Is that scheme or is that individual play?
At this point, the only person that gets a pass from me, and I know at this point a lot of people probably won't agree, but the only person that gets a pass from me at this point is Emmanuel Forbes, because he is still a rookie adjusting at a very difficult position in the NFL. Like from level to level, it's hard to adjust to. But everybody else, I don't understand. The defensive line, the linebackers, backer, whatever. And the secondary, they've all been NFL players for quite some time. They've all been in this system for quite some time. Like they outside of Cody Barton, who's in his first year in the system, but everybody else knows what's going on. Barton's been god awful, but everybody else knows what's going on and knows what's expected of them, and you know what I mean. Like there should be no excuses from everybody else. Everybody else. Forbes is
Bro, I told a 17-year-old Pittsburgh Steelers fan. I was like, y'all about to lose today. He's like, what happened to the Commanders? I was like, yeah, we got punished. I was like, but how better than Kenny? He was like, yeah, but man, you Forbes cooked. I was like, Jesus Christ. I was like,
you got Porter.
I was like,
they got Porter too.
Yeah. But he ain't even. I mean, he's a situational player, but still, I mean, he's doing pretty good. He's doing okay in that role he's playing. What like Quan should be doing it, but I don't feel like talking about that today. He does need to set the edge.
Episode.
Yeah,
a whole nother episode.
He does.
Do y'all think? Forget about the draft grade. Do y'all think Forbes should have just been like brought along slowly the way some of these other guys are? I mean, do you think they threw too much at him?
It's all confusing to me. Like they take him off the field with 12 personnel. What I mean, if like I don't know, it's like the thing that I always got with JDI. We kind of go back to the Payless Sean Taylor. Well, I can't forget his name. Man.
Wow.
What's his name, yeah?
Who?
The Payless Sean Taylor.
Landon?
Yeah, Landon Collins.
Landon Collins? Oh,
yeah, so like we go back to him and some other questionable things, right? It's like if he's not like don't force it. Like don't force it. Like you shouldn't have to be taking him on and off the field. It's like they didn't want nobody to know that he's not the starting cornerback. You know what I'm saying? I mean, look, the rest of the draft picks ain't playing, so what the heck? You might as well don't let your first round pick play.
But like you said, it's confusing because you take him off the field in certain packages, but then when he's on the field, he's checking the number one receiver on the other team. Like if he can't be on the field in certain packages, I don't think he should be on the field guarding the number one receiver on the other team either. But I just said I still give him a pass. But to Deuce's point, that's confusing to me. Your number one corner should be on the field at all times. If you're going to travel somebody and put him and make him follow the number one receiver across the field, whether he's getting beat or not, like he needs to be on the field. You can't then sub him out because the personnel group has changed. You shouldn't.
Yeah, I'm probably in hindsight. I'm probably playing BSJ and Fuller on the outside. I'm probably starting Danny Johnson or Christian Holmes on the inside, and I'm bringing in Forbes, like you said, situationally, right? Until he's like able to kind of get a feel for the game, and you start to see him, improve technique, improve confidence, and then you just bring him along because it feels like instead of that plan, they went straight all in on Forbes. Like you said, initially they started kind of bringing him along slowly, but they ended up going all in on this dude. Like go travel with AJ Brown. What?
And Stephon Diggs.
And Stephon Diggs, like, huh? it just didn't make. It just doesn't make sense to me. And maybe they should have done this differently.
With
I
Marvin
don't know.
Mims just Marvin Mims just gave him the business down the sidelines. Like, all right, I think you ready. He ain't ready, man. Jack,
Yeah.
appreciate it. I think it's maybe your first time joining us or commenting. Appreciate you for stopping by. Teddy E, I think you've been in the building before. Yeah, we got to stop more faster. Got to be balanced, maximize Sam Howell's effectiveness. I agree.
I
With
just
Chase
feel
and
like,
Sweat produce better with more edge rotation. Nah, they get enough rotation. They ain't out.
can we? Well, never mind. No.
It's just JDR fours, which is supposed to be an added luxury, not a
Not a
requirement.
requirement.
But you
It's
don't pick a
true.
first round pick as a luxury.
Yeah, that's
Who
yeah.
don't? Who don't? We got 4 defensive linemen in the first round. Who don't believe in first round luxury
We
picks?
needed a corner.
We are the king of first round luxury picks. What you mean?
We
What
needed
you
a corner.
talking about?
We needed a dog. We said we needed a dog on the outside that can make plays. That was our problem.
Yeah, we there were people. I mean, y'all, we were all here. People were mocking corners all throughout the first round. Gonzalez and a lot of people wanted. I wanted Witherspoon. I knew he was going
Well,
to
nobody
fall.
thought Gonzalez was going to fall that far, though.
I
right
did
up.
mock him one time. I did mock him there one time, but yeah, everybody thought.
I mean, no, ain't nobody expect Devin to
Witherspoon
go top. He went what, 4, 5, 6?
fourth, I think.
Fourth.
Yeah. But yeah, like people were talking about Deontay Banks and Trail was one of the first people on the Forbes train, and I feel like I'm missing somebody. But yeah, like corner was a conversation. Like people were talking about we need a cornerback.
Yeah.
Definitely needed.
But I wasn't expecting for the cornerback to be taken out on 12 personnel. Like,
no,
if you're gonna pick a first round pick, they should be getting like all the snaps.
Yeah, but I think part of the problem is that Ron and company are in this. I think you just said it too. Was like they're in this mode of trying to validate that pick and prove, or were trying to prove that he's worthy of being the 16th pick or wherever he was taken. Like, and then
It's hard to defend this draft.
That's crazy. But you're gonna bring Quan along like Quan is on that different program.
He on that undrafted. He on that Cashmere Island program.
Yeah, he's
what they doing is essentially a college coach getting a 4 or 5 star recruit in and making him play because of his ranking. Like what's the kid at Colorado that hasn't been playing? Hermione McLean. Like Deion Sanders is like, okay, you're not ready to play. I'm not gonna play you. Like that's the approach they need to take before. I don't care. Once you get drafted, your draft grade once we put these pads on your draft grade is irrelevant. If you've proven either in practice or in game that you cannot handle what's being asked of you, we can find somebody else to do it until you're ready to do it.
And you got to take that hit. Like as the GM and the coach, you just got to take that hit. You was wrong on that pick. They're not ready to play. So don't try to force it just because you're not ready for the backlash. Just walk straight into the media. Say, hey, look, he's not ready to play. I know we picked him first, but he's not ready. And just move on.
Do y'all think he's not playing well in practice? And they just like, is he not translating?
But see, like NFL practices is so tricky. It's like they don't go 100. Like they don't like it's like NFL practices these days is not like in the 90s, bro. Like they're not practicing hard. They I don't know if they wear equipment during the season. You know what I'm saying? They not out there running hard trying to beat each other. Like you can't see it.
Week.
Yeah, I'm just thinking like, okay, let me run this. We know your weakness is double moves. All right, Terry, go show him a little bit. And if he's like, you know what I'm saying, if he's able to pick, I'm just curious. I know we don't practice a lot, but damn, it's bad, bro. It's like they had to see something.
It's crazy, but I don't think that's the thought process, though. It should absolutely be, hey, we've seen on film Emmanuel might be susceptible to double move. Terry Jahan, every time y'all get Emmanuel, run a double move on him. That's what the thought process should be, but I don't think it is, though. I think it's more so we want to get him acclimated and accustomed to running our defense with our players, and then once you put him out there against a professional team that you don't practice against every day, he out there getting cooked. Like I said, I give him a pass, but it is what it is. He's played poorly, and when he's had opportunity, and he's gotten cooked. The one pick he dropped one pick earlier, and the one pick he had was because it was overthrown.
That was barely a pick, by the way. But hey,
That too. That part.
do y'all think he's gonna get benched for against
He got
Atlanta?
he got he got benched against
I mean, do y'all
Chicago.
think he's gonna like be inactive kind of thing, or you think
No.
you
I
think
don't think he'll be inactive. I
I
don't
don't
think he'll
think
be
he'll be
inactive.
inactive. I think he'll start. Bro. He'll
Yeah,
start.
he'll still play. He'll still play.
Yeah, we did not expect Sam Howell to win us games, especially coming out the gate. Like we
Yeah.
knew this defense was going to be like top 10. Like we did not expect for Sam to have to win us games. We thought B Rob and Gibby would like win us games in the sense of like running the ball and you know what I'm saying, give him like throwing like 15 to 20 passes a game. But for one, EB don't believe in that. Like EB is going to be at least a 22 to 27 pass attempt a game type of guy. So if you do that against and you down, like you playing right in his eye, this shit don't fit. Like that doesn't matter. Like you keep talking about this side. Let me try to hear that. You're tripping, Danny Johnson shouldn't see in the field outside. Bullshit is starting. Everyone's getting cooked. He might as well be a pilot. Danny Johnson
Yeah.
did
No.
good. He got a pass
For,
breakup and
of
he got a tackle
I mean
on
he
everything you
got
want to
beat,
say,
but
listen,
All of them got beat
Forbes
the same way.
Forbes' size has been the least of the reasons he's
it's
been getting
definitely
cooked
on
this season.
coaching. Definitely on coaching.
yeah, he's not. It's not the size. It's his issue.
It's nothing about his size. And then JDR, this is my real beef with JDR, and we've seen it across the board throughout his time here, is that he has too much pride and ego to admit that he might have been wrong with it. Somebody that he made a mistake on whatever case. We've seen him bang his head. We've seen it with Forbes now. We saw it with Jamin. We've seen it with this whole one linebacker thing that they love to do. When something is not working, they don't go away from it. They continue to do it to try to prove that they know better than other people or a bunch of fans who some of us actually know a little bit of football. We're not NFL coaches, but a lot of us have no clue what the hell they're talking about. But some of us actually know football. And I'm being real. Like, there's a lot of people that think they know football but don't. Some of us actually do. And they get in this mode of trying to prove that I know better than you because of X, Y, Z. And in turn get players beat up and down the field. They did it with Landon Collins. Hey, Landon's going to do this all the time because that's what we paid him to do. He can't do it. But, like,
I mean, when you think about this, one like he was, you can't keep being wrong on top picks. It matters where you were drafted. We got to stop believing it gets folks. Yeah, I mean, it gets folks fired. But
no,
if they're winning,
if
they're winning, they're not going to get fired.
Right.
Like if
look at 49ers.
Right. Like if you pick a player and they don't work out, the whole Trey Lance thing, right? So like if you pick a player, they don't work out, you don't force it. Like you want to put the best player on the field, and if the next person is not better, then that makes it even worse, of course. But you can still win in this league by missing on picks. Because look, let's not act like every other team is hitting on day 1 through 3. Like all they picks is working out. All the first round picks from this year is working out. A couple first round picks have been benched already. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like if you miss on these picks, you're going to automatically get fired. That's just an added bonus if the next person next to him is not working out. You know what I'm saying? And then it depends on position too. Yeah, go ahead, DT.
If you adjust to it and make those changes, and you still end up with a top 5 defense without your first round pick, it's like, okay, coach, y'all got to do better, at the draft. But good job on season. Like, context matters. But go ahead, DT.
Oh, I was saying, one example, when Brady was with the Patriots, when he was in 30s and stuff, they were not drafting good. But because they were winning so much with Brady and they were still getting in the playoffs, a lot of people disregarded some of those draft picks that they made that were high reaches and stuff like that. Now you see, if there's no Tom Brady, you have a Mac Jones at the helm. You're starting to see some of these players. I mean, maybe outside of Gonzalez, he got hurt first couple of games, but you're starting to see some of these players not really playing up to where they were drafted because they were bad picks at the time. So that's just one example I want to point out.
No, y'all spot on, man. You win, no one cares.
Mm-hmm.
Like you winning, you can do so. Like culture can be bad. People can get cussed out. No one cares about the little things as long as you're winning. But when you stop winning, everything is under the microscope. So that first round pick you picked 3 years ago, that's all of a sudden not even in the league. That matters all of a sudden. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that stuff is long until we get to that point. To your point, DT, we have to be hitting on these picks. We do. I mean, that's how you get better. And we don't have a Tom Brady right now. At least we hope we do, but so far we don't, and we got to hit on these picks.
Yeah, Chuck. I did want to go back and calculate real quick. So, like, think about this. Calculate it. Think about this, bro. Like, and yes, I think coaching matters, all that good stuff matters. But what if, like, we do this all the time, all the way from elementary to Pop Warner to middle school to high school, college, and so forth, right? Every time you transition to a higher learning or better play or whatever the case may be, you might not be as good as you were, right? Like, you might be an elite high school quarterback that's leading your county or whatever in touchdowns and rushing, and the best player it is. You go to college with people that's just as good as you. Now you're average because you can't compete at the level of those other players. Like, that's the same with the NFL. What if your elite level ceiling is college, and in the NFL you just average? Right? It's like it's no way to actually know that. It's no way to actually know that until you play on a football field. And you can put it on scheme, you can put it on, the type of position you wear, where you drafted to. Yes, all that stuff matters, but ball is ball. You understand what I'm saying? Like, ball is ball. Like, if you're a baller, you're gonna ball wherever it is you go, man. So that's just you know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. And just because, like, NFL coaches can't make a bum better. I mean, if you're a bum, you're a bum. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's nothing to it. Like, I could teach you a 3-point stance all day. I could teach you how to fire off the ball, and you can do it all day in practice. But when you get out there in that field, all of a sudden you forget because you're just not good as the next person. Yeah, these safeties ain't looking too good. Yeah.
Next week.
Chuck on safeties. Oh no, Telly, man. Like,
because Justin Fields killed him last year running the ball.
But DT, we asked JD how to blitz Jamin minimum 12 times. You know what he did? He brought the safeties up 7 yards just to have them stand there. He still ain't blitz. Yeah. What's the point of having these dudes up around the line of scrimmage if you ain't gonna blitz, man?
Man, shoot. I think this, though, with the safeties, man, like,
yeah, Trent should.
Y'all feel like they're rotating too much with the safeties? Like, I get Percy.
I think they're trying to get too cute with certain stuff.
Yeah, like, I get Percy with the range and stuff, but it's times where, like, the first touchdown, like, he's staring at Mooney and Barton's trailing, but you're leaving a hole shot for DJ Moore, and he got that first touchdown. And Force has not looked good this year so far, and Curl's name has popped up, but it hasn't really warranted enough that I'm trying to back at this point. But I know that's definitely another comment.
I think the reality of it is that is that an ice cream truck? I think the reality of it is that it's an ice cream truck outside my house. With the safety, the rotation is like their one attempt at a defensive adjustment. So I think best case scenario, Derek Force and Cam Curl are both box safeties. They're both better at playing in the box. I think Cam Curl's already proven that. But they're better box safeties. Cam Curl might be an elite box safety if used correctly, but they're better in the box. Derek Force is probably a little bit faster than him, so they put him at free safety. And throwing Percy Butler in there, who's actually a free safety, is probably just an attempt at an adjustment. But a lot of times you see them dudes when they have to go back out in coverage, especially down the field, they're like half a step late. they might get there and make a big hit or something, but they're like half a step late as far as getting to be able to intercept the pass or break a pass up. And it's when you have cornerbacks who are, again, not to keep beating them on forward, but you got a cornerback that's getting beat. He needs that safety help over top, and that safety is half a step late, like we saw against AJ Brown. They're gonna complete that pass.
Yeah.
Even if he gets there to blow them up, that's still a 20-yard completion. You know what I mean? And that's we all kind of agree that Defoe and Cam are both good players, and we would like to have here, but we may have to, kind of take a step back and refine their roles a little bit.
Yeah, I agree. I haven't been impressed with Percy this year so far, and this is not just last week, just like since game one. And they tend to bring in Percy, and when they take out Jamin, right? They go one line back, and they bring in Percy, so you'll have what 5 DBs,
Well, earlier in the year, they were rotating Forbes and Percy. Like the first 2 games, I think.
Yeah.
I saw him rotating Forbes and Percy.
Yeah. I think I don't know. I think this is why I was hoping that Quan would develop sooner. I know he's still a rookie, so it's cool, but I was hoping that Quan would be that guy, be that Percy, or at least challenge Percy in that role, because he can kind of he has a little bit better speed, I think. He's a little bit bigger. So, but right now all we have is Percy and Defoe back there for real, and I don't see the help when Forbes actually does need it. It's always late. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like they all just need to play better. Del Rio need to figure it out. Like Bart needs to come off the field. Like if you got to do if you so worried about the green dot, like just do hand signals from the sideline. Like or give Curl the green dot. Like send plays in. Like do something. Like you rotate in every place, so send the plays in with the person that you rotate. Like whatever it is you got to do, bro. Like Bart needs to come off the field, man.
I'm so tired of Barton, bro. Barton is a country trash bin with sludge at the bottom. That boy is bad.
Well, we ain't getting a Cody Barton, if you know what I'm saying.
Dang.
Oh man, he didn't start out like the last. Yeah, he did. But that's what we saying though, Trey. It's like you had him on this thing where like he wasn't covering or he wasn't following any specific points of the game, and he was just kind of playing his side. Fuller was playing his side. You had a lot of cover 2 help over the top, and when you have a player like that takes chances, like you have to protect them if you want them on the field. If you want them to be aggressive, you have to protect them on the field. Like this is who you drafted. Like don't draft them if you're afraid of them. You know what I'm saying? Like don't draft them if you're afraid of him, because that's going to be on you. This is who he is. Like you don't want to change who he is. He's an aggressive cornerback. Like, but the only difference is, and we think about those aggressive cornerbacks that give up a lot of yards, they get beat. They flip the field, they get turnovers. And he has one, but it just doesn't justify, what has happened. But JDI, look, man, like you got to keep somebody over the top. You know what I'm saying? You have to keep somebody over the top because he's aggressive. So again, that's a coaching and a player thing. I would be on the sideline throwing a temper tantrum too if my safety help is where it's supposed to be found. Yeah, man. But in that Bears game, JDI refused. Like he brought the safeties up closer. So it was 1-on-1 on the outside. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, right? But Steve is right. Like we talked about this. Didn't we talk about this? Then we want who did we want in the offseason? Davion Clowney. Was it Clowney we were saying we should bring in?
Clowney. I think one of y'all mentioned Clowney, but
was it Ceelo?
I don't think.
Yeah.
One of you? I mentioned Jay Clowney.
I just wanted. I mean, I was kind of tongue in cheek, but like, I just wanted a legitimate pass rushing option that's done it before and at least compete against guys like Montez and Chase. Like Montez and Chase, you can tell they're coming in like, we starting. Right? Like we good. And so they have no fear of losing their job. They have no fear of splitting. Like they know the rotation guys are just rotation guys. But if you bring in someone like a Clowney or someone like a Von Miller, they can be like, whoa. So that's called. I just want competition, man, and I just don't think we got that right now on a D line.
We need attitude. Like we need somebody that's gonna come to practice late. You know what I'm saying? Not show up to the post game interview. You know what I'm saying? That's playing Tupac when the reporter's trying to talk to him after the game. Like we need somebody like that, bro. Like you should have enough of your culture dudes in the locker room by now, bro. Like we need
Man, we need
some
a couple
dogs.
goons, man. We need some.
Yeah, man. We need some goons.
We
Like
need some
every
dudes
team need a goon.
that got put out of high school and maybe got suspended once or twice in college. We need a couple of them dudes, man.
Do y'all think we'll be good with like a DJ Swearinger type, starting to go off on the coaching staff
not quite
DJ.
Not quite like
he went a little too far. He went a little too far. Like he went a little too far.
So what you saying? You want Brett Hardy?
No, I don't like. I definitely don't want like Brett Hardy. He's dirty. He always getting locked up. Like I definitely don't want him. I definitely don't want him.
Let me start
like last year, I was saying bring in Sewell. Like bring Sewell in. You know what I'm saying?
You mean and Dominican Sue?
Dominican Sue.
Yeah, okay.
Bring him in. You know what I'm saying? When Mathis went down, bring him in. He brings some attitude.
We're gonna do stuff like that, man.
Yeah, like Payne and Allen, they ain't built like that. Not for Sewell. So, man, it's my team. You know what I'm saying? We need somebody like that, man. Some guys. He said, absolutely, positively not. Well, man, we need some of them dudes with low character. Like, drive some low character dudes sometimes, bro. We tired of these high character players, man. Drive some of these low character players, man. That's why I like somebody there, man. Like we just don't have that, man. Hopefully, come on, Breeze. It ain't that bad, bro.
Low character is crazy, bro.
Yeah, we need some low characters, man. We need some low character draft picks, man.
Low self-esteem.
I ain't say low self-esteem. Like we got that. We picked that in the first round this year.
Hey yo,
we picked low self-esteem first round this year. Yeah, Botany's terrible, man. He should spell his name with an A, so it would be like Carton. No, how you spell Carton? No, you spell Carton with an O. My bad.
But he playing 100% of the snaps.
John Carton. That's gonna be his new name, John Carton.
That ain't gonna last much longer. There's no reason for him to be. It shouldn't. It already shouldn't be a thing. But for out of the 11 starters on that defense, for Cody Barton to be the one person playing 100% of the snaps, when he's arguably the worst player on the defense to this point, it's absolutely ridiculous.
Right now,
need some
it's
stuff.
Cody, BSJ, Cam Curl, and Kendall all playing 100%.
Let Kendall call the defense then. I don't care, but get Barton on the field, bro.
Nick Bosa.
All right, man. We about to get out of here. William Watkins. I'm not sure. I appreciate you. I think this might be the first time you commented, at least. It depends, man. Like it really depends how this season go. But if it doesn't go well, it's kind of sad. It's not fair for Sam Howell, but he just doesn't have the time to develop, right? So this new regime come in, they might just be like, look, he a 5th round pick. We want to pick one of these guys, these 3 to 5 guys or 6 guys that can start day one next year. But we about to wrap up. We about to get out of here. Any last minutes you got, Breeze?
Do better. Prepare. We got 10 days to get ready for Atlanta. And apparently there's a whole lot of people that's planning on going down there. Don't do this again. Don't do this again. Because otherwise some folk gonna get left down in Atlanta. Just be
We're
better.
gonna be out there jump. Hide What you got, Ceelo? That's 50 Cent. I got to put 50 Cent in the job.
Hey, we're gonna be deep in Atlanta. So I'm gonna need the team to play a whole lot. I mean, I'm telling you, I think that stadium gonna be half B and G. So they're gonna need to show out. I'm so serious. They got to show out, show up. You got 10 days. You got a mini bye week. Actually, I think they even off. I ain't even come back to the office until next Tuesday, 2 days from now. So yeah, they gotta be better.
What you got, DT?
Hey man, don't lose this week. I got kids coming my neck and stuff, man. They about to cook me if we lose again. And they told me, because I already shared my hatred with the Giants. We lose to the Giants, I have to wear a New York Giants Avi for the whole month of wherever we play them. If we lose to the Giants, I'm taking. Just don't disregard everything about the season. Oh yeah.
Hey, let me ask you a question. You know, like when does actual teaching go on?
Teaching going on? Block 1 to 3. Actually, no, block 1 to 2. I'll tell you about the other class off air because that's it's kind of wild.
But there you have it. We appreciate you. We know your time is very valuable for you to spend it with us. We definitely appreciate it. Remember, do it because you love it, not because it loves you. One beat, one sound, one heart,